Before I move on with today's video, I want to borrow your attention for a moment. Every day, oceans, beaches, and rivers around the world are filled with garbage and litter. From cans to plastic, it has become a serious issue for the planet. It has caused tremendous damage to Mother Earth and has become a hazard to sea life. This planet is our home and we should take better care of it. And now you can by joining Team Seas. Team Seas is a global campaign to raise $30 million to remove 30 million pounds of plastic and trash from our ocean, rivers, and beaches. Every single dollar Team Seas raises will automatically go directly to the not-for-profit organizations, the Ocean Conservancy, and the Ocean Cleanup. To put it into perspective, this is 1 pound of garbage. And this is 5 pounds. That's a lot of garbage cleaned up for just $5. Please consider making a difference by joining Team VRCGuides and the Team Seas movement by going to teamseas.org or by clicking the link in the pinned comments. Thank you for listening. Enjoy episode 6 of VRCGuides. Hello everybody and welcome to VRCGuides, your guide to the Metaverse. My name is MonoXMello and welcome to VRCGuides. While drinking and playing in VRChat isn't anything new, it's not something that you can just do anywhere. You need to be in a comfortable location with other people that you can have fun with and have space to enjoy yourself. Well, welcome to the Black Hat. The Black Hat is a bar and lounge world with the ideology of being in a semi-realistic bar. If there's anywhere in VRChat you want to be able to drink with friends, it's here. The Black Hat was created by Spookyghostboo and was uploaded to VRChat on June 19th of 2019. Since then, it has accumulated a staggering 95,000 favorites and over 23 million visits, making it VRChat's second most popular world next to the VRChat hub. This world is available on PC VR and on the Oculus Quest. Be advised that the receptionist is never present and you must check yourself in. A common activity in VRChat for adults is drinking uncontrollable amounts of alcohol in a short amount of time. Whether it's whiskey or vodka, it tends to vanish suddenly overnight if you end up in the Black Hat. All jokes aside, bars are really popular spaces in VRChat for a few reasons. But this one in particular attracts quite a large crowd that not even the creator expected. The Black Hat is large and spacious and is great for gatherings and other fun activities. Once you launch into the Black Hat, you'll be behind 2 open doors leading you to a reception area. It's normal not to see the receptionist as they're almost always on break, as are the bartenders. It's now a common practice for random users to actually do their job. This area contains some plant life as well as a waterfall on the wall with the Black Cat logo placed in the middle of it. There is also a seating area next to a wall of current Patreon supporters. Moving to the room to the right, there's a seating area outside of both restrooms. These restrooms are meant for all genders, so there's no right or wrong answer when the time to go comes. Decor in here is similar to the reception room, but also includes photos of the communities who made the Black Cat a very welcoming place. Continuing ahead is where you enter the main lobby and bar area. This room is packed with fun stuff like beer taps, karaoke stages, and dining booths, for when you take that e-girl out on the first date. This room is equipped with a killer surround sound to make sure you get every note of that sweet, sweet karaoke goodness no matter where you are. The bar in the middle has quite a few drink options for everyone, from grape juice all the way to Crown Rich whiskey. The decor remains consistent throughout the entire world with plant life, waterfalls, and community photos. I personally really enjoy the community photos as it shows the creator cares more about the community than most. Heading down the hallway or to the stairs to your right will bring you to an entirely different area with more of an executive feeling. This holds a much more private bar for more of the laid back and relaxed people, while still being able to serve a younger audience. Again, this area remains consistent with the rest of the world as far as decor is concerned, with the plus of a nicer looking karaoke stage. If you're feeling like adventuring more, there are hidden items around the world to find and play with, like this goose that I named Jeremy. The Black Hat has been made with a lot of love by the creator and is a great world for newer VRChat users to experience for the first time, overall making this world one of the best. Alright, so Spookyghostboo, how are you doing today? Thank you for hopping out and doing an interview with me.
No problem. Doing pretty good.
Awesome to hear. When did you start playing VRChat? Is this the first game you played when you hopped into VR, or did you try something else?
I started playing summer 2018. I got the headset specifically to play this game, but I jumped in Super Hot and Beat Saber first, I think.
Those are good
But
starters.
I got that, yeah, I got this game, or I got the headset because of this game. I wanted to play it.
So when did you start creating worlds?
like a month after I started playing this game. It's kind of all I cared about, really, was making worlds in here.
So you're not even more on the Avatar side. You're just straight 100% going for the
I
worlds.
Yeah, I don't really care too much about avatars, to be honest. They were never fun for me, and every time I'm like trying to spend time on an avatar, I'm just thinking about how much of a waste of time it is because I have got so many world projects I need to work on. So it's just never been really important to me. I kind of just find something and go with it, and then maybe I'll change it like once a year or something like that.
What made you make like a bar lounge world like this?
Like, everyone compares this to the Great Pug, but there's some truth to it because that was like one of my favorite worlds, and I thought it was like super neat, and I really wanted to be able to model something like that. So from the beginning, when I was creating worlds, creating bars and restaurants was like a big focus for me. So even you'll see some of my older worlds, if you look at them, there's a lot of bars, and it's mainly because of the Great Pug was such an inspiration to me.
So you basically used the Great Pug as not a reference point, but more as like an inspiration point, right?
Yeah, I liked how people interacted in it, and I wanted a ton of spaces that were like that I could go to. So that's kind of what I focused on making, were more spaces that were as chaotic as the pug, but like wasn't the pug, so I could go to different worlds.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, that's completely understandable because the pug is normally filled with like a lot of chaos since it's such a closer quartered area.
Yeah, I mean, so is this world. It's more spaced out.
Yeah, you have much more
like-
space to walk around here.
I just really like that public world vibe, and I just happened to create a world that ended up fitting that.
And you did very well with
Just
that.
sick. Yeah, clearly.
Was there any origin story like to this? Was there a reason why you modeled it like this, the way that it is now?
The origin story, well, I never played a lot. I played a lot of video games when I was really young, but I kind of stopped. So I wasn't really as enveloped in like 3D art getting into VRChat. So like all of my inspiration came from seeing things in VR. So it was like everything I was seeing in this game and everything I was seeing in like Super Hot, Beat Saber, like all the other games I played. Those were like really my only introduction to 3D environments and 3D art. When I approach designing any of my spaces, my experience comes from the social spaces and the spaces I played in and interacted with just while in VR. That kind of all influenced the layout of this space. Mainly when I go to design spaces, and even with this space, I think about it a bit more than I did when I made this space. But I try to do a loop in all my spaces, and you can see it with this, where this kind of just all loops around.
Right. It's very easy to navigate.
With my other spaces before this, I would always get like too crazy, and I would want to do so much more to it. And I remember when I was building the space that I was trying to be as simple as possible and try not to overthink things. So the space is smaller than what I usually do. I mean, it's big, but it's like in terms of layout, it's smaller.
Well, it definitely fits the cozy, the cozy checklist.
Yeah. And then I'm a mirror dweller, so I just fucking put mirrors everywhere.
Yeah. And I think a lot of us VRChat players that, started off in worlds like the Great Pug, or generally any time before 2018, get stuck in front of a mirror a lot.
Well, it wasn't just like the Great Pug. It's like all the worlds, especially back in the day, that were just like planes with mirrors.
Right.
Like the box or something. That's like all it really is.
I don't even think that map is still popular.
Yeah, they got taken down a while ago.
Really?
Then it got uploaded online, and then I think they made it available to everyone, and people just upload copies of it.
Interesting. All right, so at any point in the future, do you plan on... Excuse me. At any point in the future, do you plan on expanding the Black Cat? Like, do you plan on adding, like, an outside area at all? Do you plan on adding, like, hidden rooms or closets or private rooms, anything like that?
The layout, I feel like, is so strong in this map. Not that I really meant to do that, but I don't really want to make the black hat something that it isn't by adding extra things like that. I have already modeled an exterior to this world. I made for like a fun thing. I made a Pavlov version of this map. And in that version, I modeled out the whole exterior, because in there you can like jump out of the wall and then wrap all the way around the world. And I've thought about bringing the front part of that here, but when I started thinking about it, it's like adding more draw calls, more materials, and like this map is really focused. Like it's very optimized, and a lot of people like coming in here, and I don't want to do anything unnecessarily crazy that would disrupt that. And everything, the way it is now, it like works. Like I want to improve things, so I'm gonna like keep adding things, but in terms of the layout or anything crazy, I don't really plan on doing.
All right, and that makes sense. A lot of people are comfortable with current layout, so I can see how adding some things might start shying people away from coming here.
Yeah, and plus, like with something like a private room, all of a sudden that takes people away from the main space. And this is very much like, if you look at my space, it's very much public instances of this, and I kind of like everyone just being here. And there's not a lot of like private rooms. I think are great for groups of people going to like a private world, and those groups can do whatever they want in there and go out to their little rooms, or if that's necessary. But for my spaces, or for this space specifically, I don't think it's really necessary. I think it would hurt it more than it would add to it.
Right. Okay. That's understandable. Okay, wow. So do you know the analytics to your world?
Vaguely what analytics VRChat makes available.
Okay, so if you could say something to the nearly 24 million visits you have and the nearly 100,000 favorites of the world that you have, what would you say? Because that's a wild number. That's the biggest number that I've seen on VRCGuides.
I'm just happy like people come here. Like it's cool, and I'm happy that like I come here all the time and I just sit in front of the mirror like everybody else. It's one of my favorite worlds, and it's just to play because this is where everybody is. And I didn't mean for that to happen, but it's super cool that it did happen. And so I don't know. I just appreciate everybody who comes here. I think it's super sick. It's cool to come in here and see a bunch of random people running around in something I made. It's pretty sick. I don't know. When I'm in here, I'm kind of separated from it for a little bit, because it's very much I'm coming here for the chaos, not because it's my world.
Right. And that's something that I personally appreciate, because you're not coming here, you know, asking people about the world. You're just coming here to relax, just like any other person.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of cool because I have like the moderator tools in this world that VRChat gives you. So if someone's pissing me off, I can just get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly. You have control, but at the same time, you just let it go.
I try not to. I really hate kicking people. I'll kick people if they say a slur, and I'll kick people if they crash someone in front of me.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
And that's extremely respectable. That's keeping the safety of every other player in here in mind.
Yeah, like if you're running around being a shitlord and just memeing, like it really kind of just ignore you.
Spooky, thank you. Can I have my legs, please? Anyway, Spooky, thank you very much for talking with me today, having the interview with me today, and I hope everybody enjoyed.
Yeah, no problem.
The Black Cat is a staple of VRChat's popularity, as it has attracted millions of users due to its unique and welcoming design. No corners were cut on development for this world, especially on performance. I personally know 2 people who bought VR gear and full body hardware specifically because of the Black Cat, meaning this world is a necessary stop for any new VRChat players who may be wondering about the platform. This world's performance is rated 5 out of 5 stars. Whether you're a desktop user, a Quest user, or a full-blown Pimax AK user, your frame rate won't be too much of an issue with this world, with an average FPS of 112 in VR and a solid full 90 FPS on desktop. I can't imagine the amount of work the developer had to go through to make sure that this world was as optimized as possible, but whatever they did, they did an amazing job. This world's environment is rated 5 out of 5 stars. If you've ever been in a bar, then you know that entertainment and environment are key points to attracting returning customers, and this world translates that feeling from the real world very, very well. The tables are kept squeaky clean, and the reflections add a layer of depth that I really didn't expect. And with the addition of mirrors for mirror dwellers, the entertainment factor carries over very well. This world's effort is rated 5 out of 5 stars. The Black Cat has a very distinctive design, very different from any other bar or lounge world that's in VRChat. From its name to its layout, this is a very unique world that I feel more effort was put in than I or anybody can imagine. The textures look fantastic, and I haven't seen any issues regarding collisions. And with the addition of a world panel to toggle on certain things, this just tops the chart of my favorite VRChat worlds. Overall, this world receives a gold 5 out of 5 star rating, our very first perfect world here on VRCGuides. The Black Cat is a world that you can't just simply forget. If you come here, you will make memories and friends, no questions asked. Whether you're a new user or an OG 2017 user like I am, the Black Cat certainly does make you feel more immersed in VRChat and more than any other world. Spooky did an amazing job developing this world, and they have been more than humble. If you're just looking for a world to go to and hang out with random people while also having fun, this is it. This should be the very first world that you visit in my opinion, and I'm sure millions of other visitors would agree. With that being said, I'm very glad I got the opportunity to speak with Spooky about her world and that I could share it with all of you. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting like and subscribing. If you'd like to request a new world, leave a comment or join the Discord in the description. Until next time, on to new worlds.